back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. The Edmonton Oilers are officially back in the win column, a couple points up on the Vegas Golden Knights for first place in the Pacific. They take this one 3-2 in overtime over the St. Louis Blues. It looked a little dicey there. Leon Draisaitl scored once again with the goalie pulled, only this time it counted. Got the Oilers the tying goal for Connor Brown to get the winner in overtime tonight. For the Oilers, they were absolutely dominant through the first half of the hockey game. In the first period, outshooting St. Louis 13-3. 14-13 in the second period. The St. Louis Blues came to life a little bit in this second half, but it was Connor McDavid who scored on the power play, a missile of a shot over the shoulder of Jordan Binnington at 5:50 on the power play for the Oilers. Evan Bouchard, Leon Draisaitl picking up the assists. It was 1-0 Oilers after 40. You felt a little bit comfortable as an Edmonton Oilers fan, but unfortunately there was a big turn of events in the third period. Matthias Ekholm takes an interference penalty that looked like a clean hit to pretty much everybody in Oil Country. Matthias Ekholm's pissed. Head coach Chris Knobloch's pissed. Ekholm goes to the penalty box, and on the ensuing power play, Jordan Kyrou at 5:12 from Braden Shen, and of course, Dylan Holloway ties it on the power play for the Blues 1-1. That power play, that goal, gives the St. Louis Blues a ton of life, and they just absolutely take the game over. Colton Parayko with his 12th at 8:58 from Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich gives the Blues a 2-1 lead. Moments later, Robert Thomas would miss a wide open net that would have given the Blues a 3-1 lead, but thankfully he misses it. Everybody was talking about the Matthias Ekholm hit, but Braden Shen delivers a very dangerous one on Zach Hyman that Zach Hyman, thankfully, I think was able to turn a bit away from, so he didn't quite get the brunt of it, but definitely still should have been a penalty on the Blues. The game continues. The St. Louis Blues have all the momentum until the Oilers pull Stuart Skinner for the extra attacker in the dying minutes. A beautiful feed over to Leon Draisaitl, and he just rips it past Jordan Binnington, tying the game 2-2 at 17:46 for the Oilers. Connor McDavid, Matthias Ekholm picking up the assists on that one. And then we head to overtime. Leon Draisaitl, he probably gets away with one there. Drags down Robert Thomas, I believe it was. Probably should have been a penalty, but the Oilers get away with it. A minute or two later, Connor McDavid heads up the ice, draws all the St. Louis Blues players to him, feeds it over to a wide-open Connor Brown, and he rips it past Jordan Binnington for his 7th of the year, giving the Oilers the 3-2 overtime victory. So this was how the last game could have ended against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leon Draisaitl, of course, also scoring in the dying minutes of that one. Unfortunately, John Klingberg was offside prior to the play, so the goal gets called back. I was saying to my wife as we were watching this one, I'm not getting too excited until we find out whether or not this goal was offside. Thankfully for Leon Draisaitl, for the Edmonton Oilers, for all of Oil Country, this one counted. Leon Draisaitl ties it, and Connor Brown, of all people, getting a chance to play there with Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard in overtime, that's got to be a huge confidence boost for Connor Brown, and he gets the big overtime winner here for the Edmonton Oilers. So for a while, it looked like this one was going to be another frustrating ending for the Edmonton Oilers. So very thankful that they were able to tie it, win this one in overtime. It looked like the Oilers were going to get goalied once again, but it's getting to the point here where the Oilers just have to find a way to finish. Can we keep calling it getting goalied? It doesn't matter who it is. The Oilers rack up a ton of shots, but they just can't finish often enough. Thankfully, they get the win tonight, but in some recent games, Joseph Woll, Alex Lyon with the Detroit Red Wings, they definitely stood on their heads against the Edmonton Oilers, but at the same time, just sick of saying that the Edmonton Oilers got goalied here. They got to find a way to finish more, so whether that becomes a priority at the trade deadline here, finding another finisher, maybe it's something the Oilers should focus on. I think Bob Stauffer mentioned either yesterday or today that he thinks the Oilers may go for another top 6 guy. Would not be surprised if that happens. Just someone who can shoot the puck and finish shooting the puck, get that damn puck into the net, because the Oilers, for being a highly offensive team, are really struggling to get the goals lately. But thankfully, they get one more than their opponent tonight and get the 3-2 victory over the St. Louis Blues, their second straight victory over St. Louis this season. So I think that's basically the story of this one, guys, but let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.